welcome once again to the Shlicketty Newcast, episode 67. Welcome, all the way from the shores of Erie, Pennsylvania. Oh my God, it's me and Mike, and we're diddling, skiddly diddly diddly doodly diddly doo. Let's do the thing here before he starts a knocking. Oh, look at that. We are in there. We're in there. Production value off the charts. Off the charts. All right, let's see what he's up to. My buddy Mike Anderson. Here he goes.
There we go. Here I am. Welcome to the Shlicketty Newcast, episode 67, is it?
That's what I said.
It's episode 67. That's where we're at. That's where it's at. It's all happening here. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to it.
Well, aren't you ready for broadcast school there? Hi, I'm Mike Anderson. I'm an android.
Greetings. Welcome to the show.
I'm a robot. Yeah. Imagine what they'll be like, the robot Shlicketty. You know, we should get avatars just to replace us and then have AI just do our show for us and we just edit it.
Yeah, if we had a little bit of time or a little bit of budget, maybe we could.
That's where it's going. It's funny how ahead of its time Max Headroom was. Remember Max Headroom?
Dude, Max Headroom was nutty. That was a Showtime series. Everybody forgets about it. If not for the advertising that he did for like Pepsi and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was Coke, wasn't it? Was it Coke?
Whatever it was, everybody would have completely forgotten about him because it was a show. I remember it was on Showtime.
Yeah, and it was weird and had graphics. Max Headroom, if you don't know, just give it a search through the old YouTubes here.
The people find it because of the ads.
Yeah. I mean, us in our generation X, on MTV used to always have this Max Headroom, and it was like a weird digital face. And who was the guy that played Max Headroom?
It's a guy named Matt Frewer, Frewer.
Yeah. And it's funny. It is funny. It was conceptually like a guy's head on a TV, and he was like, and he would always kind of like spaz out and like glitch and stuff like that. But it was a computer concept. But it is funny how it almost is like a precursor to eventually, yeah. Like I wonder if, well, we'll see it in our lifetime, I'm sure. I thought of this the other day too, Mike. How about why don't they do the AI start with weather forecasters? I think weather forecasters are the first ones to go. Because news has too many nuances. But I think a weather report, they can kind of feed the machine kind of, okay, here we go. You know what I mean?
I mean, so they're doing away with the Late Show, which is what, the Stephen Colbert one?
Sure.
Which wasn't that the old Letterman show or whatever?
Yeah, which bums me out, but whatever.
I mean, who's watching terrestrial TV anymore?
Yeah, it almost feels like I loved Jimmy Fallon and all that, and I love those shows, but I usually just watch the clips the next day, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's all in my news feed. So here we go, oh, they had Drew Barrymore on, so I'll just watch the interview with Drew Barrymore, move on, and there we go.
Yeah, I think
I don't watch it live.
No, I don't think most people do.
Yeah, it's more of a residual thing.
It is really it's really hard watching television with the ads. Like I hate with the ads.
Oh yeah, network TV especially.
Network TV. It makes me nuts. Even the cable TV or whatever.
The ads just drive me. I know I ranted about this last week, about just overstimulation, about just everything coming at you, and TV, and the ads have always been louder than the TV show itself, but now they're making TV shows with just buffer in the background noise.
Because they did that shit deliberately with the different volume levels, and they used to have a law against that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But then all that got rolled back because some people seem to think we don't need laws, and those are always the people who are fucking taking advantage and abusing people.
The don't tread on me, yellow snake guys.
Yeah.
Whoopity-doo. So there you go. I know. It's just, terrestrial TV kind of ate itself. And it's kind of like what the music industry kind of did. They kind of ate themselves by music industry did it out of greed.
Yeah.
But then the consolidation of the radio stations and the conglomerations and the less...
Once again, there used to be rules that one company could not own multiple media outlets in the same market, and then they took away those rules because they're like, we don't need stinking rules. So now you've got these monopolies.
Once you take away that monopoly, you get rid of choice.
No. It was an anti-monopoly. Now it's become a monopoly.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. And I digress. But still, it's a thing. So let's see.
5 minutes of ranting right off the top.
All right. You got to rant. Got to get it off our chest. Because, man, when we go, because we work all day, and I get all this stuff, I get pounded on, and it's like, my news feed is just like end of the world, and it kind of feels like it. So we're trying to bring you a little joy in there. We got a good show today. We actually, I don't have the Wayback Machine fired up, so we're going to try to sidetrack you from the doom and gloom. We're going to have a little fun. You might learn something today. Also, everybody, hey, did you check out the new episode of Shlicketty Review Cast?
Yeah, so Shlicketty Review Cast has been going along pretty good. We've been doing some newer movies, trying to see if people dig the newer movies.
Yeah, we don't know if we should go old, go new, something true, something old, something viewed.
Yeah.
We don't know how to approach it, because we always he likes movies, I like to talk, but I don't want to sandbag a movie because I don't want to, I'm not here to put somebody out of business. I'm just trying to tell it like it is from our point of view. Like, this is what I notice. I'm just a guy who sits on a couch in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I'm an idiot.
But we watched a lot of movies and TV growing up.
True. So we have kind of a high bar, but, I could smell a rat when I see it.
We've got highly developed sensibilities.
Yeah.
And we could go a lot deeper on these movies, but on the review cast, we don't want to. We keep it short, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 25 tops. Just sort of introducing you to the movie, letting you know what's out there, giving you our 2 cents worth of it. We're not into spoiler alerts. We don't need to belabor it. We don't need to look into every nook and cranny of it. But it's fun, so definitely check out the review cast. We're going to have another episode coming out.
What one just came out? The Sinners one, didn't it?
Sinners, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Michael B. Jordan one. That was a fun one, yeah.
Yeah, really well done.
We did Death of a Unicorn. We did, what else did we do?
Happy Gilmore 2.
Happy Gilmore 2, right. Right before that, our debut episode was
the
Rodney Dangerfield
Easy
one.
Money.
Right. Stinks. It was, yeah.
Rome stopped over the other day. I mentioned Easy Money to him. He's like, I watched that 20 times when I was a kid. I'm like, I know, Aaron had never seen it.
I'd never seen it.
He's like, how?
I see where I would have liked it in 1989. In nowadays standards, it's junk.
83.
83?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that might have been one of Rodney's first movies.
Yeah. But once again, though, Rodney does light up I get why Rodney was a star. Rodney Dangerfield, he plays himself in every movie.
But he's got that persona. It's him, but it's a little bit more more inflated, like Larry David does with Curb.
Yeah, and even if he does something deplorable, he's still likable. He's got this weird, he's a schlub, he's an idiot, he's a bad guy, he's a good guy, but we love him, we're rooting for him, So he's got all the things that make you root for somebody who is, even if they do deplorable shit.
Yeah. You know what I've been rewatching is, I don't know if I mentioned this, I've been going back through the Seinfelds.
Oh, yeah, I know. I got to go back in. The girlfriend's not a huge Seinfeld fan. She won't say that she's not, but I can tell she doesn't go, let's watch Seinfeld.
Well, my girlfriend's like that too. Like 30 Rock is amazing and hysterical.
I love 30 Rock.
And my girlfriend just will not. She's like, nah, I've seen it here and there. Meh.
Right.
Like she just refuses to give it a chance.
That's kind of where I get Tina and the Seinfeld. She goes, yeah, it's funny. It's fine. You go, well, this is the episode where, Coco the gorilla. This is the Coco the gorilla one.
Yeah, it's really interesting
like,
now.
Oh, okay.
I think we mentioned with last episode or something like that. I was watching it. The people that pop in it before they were big.
Yes, yes, especially the girlfriends, all the Jerry girlfriends.
Yeah, or even the George girlfriends. There was the one episode I was watching.
Marissa Tomei was one.
Yeah, and Megan Mullally was one.
Yeah.
And there's just so many of the people pop up in it.
Yeah.
And then I'm also seeing almost echoes of the same sort of plots from Curb.
Sure, they go there because they're from his mind, or they're just
I mean, there's been so many episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It used to be there were like 3 seasons and that was it. Now there's like so many seasons.
Yeah, there's more Curb than Seinfeld.
Yeah, which.
It outlives the decades too, because in the early ones, they're doing flip phones and weird things. I mean, it's fascinating to see it progress with technology. 6
or 8 episodes ago, they were talking about the cordless phones.
Right. See, there you go.
Jerry had got a cordless phone with 2 lines.
Oh, right.
So you got to do call waiting.
Oh yeah, remember that when you had
that sort of shit.
Tap on the call waiting? Yeah.
Yeah. But it is interesting when you binge the show all the way through in a group. You can see how the early episodes are still trying to find their footage.
First season is almost unwatchable.
Like they just introduced George's mom, like 10 episodes ago. They just introduced his dad like 6 episodes ago.
Right.
They weren't in it. He'd mentioned his parents, but you never saw him or anything like that. You know?
God, Jerry Stiller was the best.
So they haven't even gotten to
Estelle.
all the classic wacky, Frank Costanza Kramer stuff.
Yeah, that's like
They haven't
season
gotten
6, 7.
to the Cabanaware, the Festivus, which I think the Cabanaware was.
Yeah.
And the
Or
Festivus and all
the coats.
Yeah, the nutty. Like, they haven't even gotten to that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's when they really hit their stride. It was like, starting from like season 3 and 4,
Right.
Because Kramer didn't develop until like season 3,
Well, seasons 3 and 4 is where they really started to gel with the group, the 4 of them. And there's a lot of that going on. Now I'm into like season 5, where it's starting to be like Jerry with his girlfriend, George with his girlfriend of the week, Elaine with her boyfriend of the week. You know, so they're kind of off doing their own.
And they're doing doing the joke callback thing and the episode callbacks.
Yeah, I do
that.
notice that, where the most recent episode I was watching, where they're going to some party and they need to stop and they need to bring a bottle of wine, and George is like, I don't even drink wine. He's like, bring Pepsi, and they're like, we're adults, you can't bring Pepsi. And then they stop to get a cake or something.
You're right.
They want to get a babka, but then the chocolate babka sold out, and Jerry eats a black and white cookie, and then he feels sick. And then he's like, I feel like I'm going to throw up. And Elaine's like, what about your streak? You haven't thrown up since 1980.
Right.
Which they had talked about 3 episodes prior.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that sort of callback stuff. But that helps you create the little world, Anyway.
Yeah, I love it. Seinfeld, I know. It's timeless. It really... But the early Curb episodes, wow.
And I was going back and redoing Curb. I had to take a break on Curb because I was getting too sucked into it. Yeah. I got up to where... what's his face showed up? JB Smoove showed up.
Oh, and it's funny how that's a time capsule too, because they were refugees from
Atlanta,
right?
Hurricane Katrina.
The Katrina, right? So people were fostering families from Katrina in those days
because they brought in the family first, and then JB Smoove shows up.
Right, you're just like, what?
But I like putting it on when I'm like working, when I'm like going to sleep and stuff like that. So it's like,
God, he's so good in that.
Like I was going to sleep and they had the Black family. Their name was Black. And then I wake up and JB Smoove is there, and they're doing stuff with the boner and the sweatpants and all that.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I just discovered who's got 30 Rock. I don't know if it's like Prime or something like that. And I was like,
well, that's an NBC show, right? Peacock,
but it's on Prime.
Oh, is it on Prime?
Yep.
Oh, good for that.
So I'm like,
good to know.
I'm like, and I haven't watched 30 Rock in a few years.
No, I wanted to go for a binge. I want to go back in because I've only seen sporadic episodes, and I'm a huge fan of everything.
30 Rock is so genius. And
then
after that,
Tracy Morgan in that is just so good.
He's so funny, and her and Alec Baldwin. It's
good chemistry.
Hysterical.
And they're doing a Saturday Night Live parody in 30 Rock,
Yes.
Which is brilliant on different meta levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all pretty nutty. I'm gonna adjust my camera real quick.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna adjust my camera.
Do we pause it, or do I keep the flow going?
No, that's fine. You can keep going.
Keep going. We're doing some technicals. All right, Mike's adjusting. There we go.
Scooting it up a little bit.
There we go. Flag on the field.
You had to take the camera out of the studio, so had to reset it and everything, so everything's not quite right.
Right.
So,
yeah, we're in our own studio, guys.
Well, as we have been for a while.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? It's not like we're in our basement or it's not like we're in our third bedroom.
No, we spend money on equipment and space to give a better production.
We're kind of doing it like big boys, kind of like what one would do.
Trying to.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people just set up their iPhone in their bedroom and record their stuff, but we're able to do it a little bit better standard.
Yeah.
I would like to do it to an even higher standard, but equipment's expensive, and
we're just working with what we got.
Yeah, because it's like we need like multiple cameras with HDMI outs and then run them into some sort of video switcher.
We need magic. We need the thing.
Yeah.
And it would help too. Like, we need an intern. We almost had an intern. What happened to that neighbor kid who was asking you to tutor him? We almost had a third intern.
I texted him. I don't hear from him. Flaked out. People flake.
Jesus.
People are flaky.
Kids nowadays. We almost had a kid working for us, and it's like we're gonna, hey, little Johnny, and we're gonna get him working for us. And I was even gonna bring him in for bits. I was gonna yell at him. I was gonna pull the whole thing.
Yeah, I met this neighbor kid, and it seemed very fortuitous. And he's like, "Oh, I'm into film and stuff." And we're talking film and film production. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to school for production and everything." And I'm like, "Hey, I'm right next door. We shoot stuff." And we were gonna shoot stuff. And he's like, "Oh, come over and watch footage." And I text him a couple of times. He doesn't text me back. I don't hear anything. So,
is he on the weeds?
I have no idea. Yeah. I mean, I only met the kid that one night. And
yeah. You think all right, this kid's gonna be good. He's into us. Let's say, I know. You always run into like a young kid like that. It's like, all right, they remind me of me when I was a kid. Only they're modern. And I was hoping I could pick his brain for some like hints on social media or hints or what are the kids into? How do they wear their sneakers? What kind of music you listening to? Like I wanted to pick his brain here.
Well, he's not like a kid. I mean,
he got college.
Yeah, well, he went through the military.
Yeah. Okay, so he's
like
older.
26 or 28.
But older than us, or younger than us.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're old birds now.
Yeah.
Even though we're young at heart.
Yeah,
we're old birds in theory.
We're the ones doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah, somebody's got to keep the lights on.
Other people can say whatever about whatever, but we're the ones actually doing it and making it happen. So,
yeah.
I know.
Whatever.
Right. So.
What do you got over there? Barley pops, or what do you do?
Making noise.
Making some anti-Rome noise.
Doing the BL smoothie. BL smoothie as normal.
The BL smoothie, the barley pops.
The barley pops, yeah.
There we go. I gotta. Okay. Well, I have a new little bit.
Oh wait! Before you get into the new little bit, I wanted to ask you about a couple things.
Let her rip. Oh, I also too. Yeah. Wait. I was gonna ask. I had something I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. You had texted me something about
Blue Sky.
Yeah.
So here we go. I got a story for you guys.
So this is a whole thing, and I didn't really know anything about this. So apparently, there's another person out there with your same name. We have very common names.
Okay. Yeah. You might get interested. You can't do it. Okay.
Right.
Aaron Forsyth. Here we go. Years ago, when Twitter first started, I was like, I'm gonna get Aaron Forsyth. Twitter. Well, some kid's got it. Some kid from England.
From England, apparently.
He's a gamer. All right. Didn't hear much. I'm like, all right, so I had to go with something else. I had a Twitter for a while, but Twitter's gone ever since.
Which makes sense because your family's from England.
I would have thought. Here we go. So I'm like, all right, Aaron Forsyth. Well, that made me go out, and I'm like, shit, there's another Aaron Forsyth. So I started Googling this kid, and he's like doing Magic the Gathering. Well, I found two other Aaron Forsyth. There's a personal trainer in San Francisco, and then there's this other Aaron Forsyth who is a Magic the Gathering aficionado.
Which is a card game of some sort.
If you don't know what it is, Google it, but it's a huge thing. Magic the Gathering.
It's been around for 30 years.
Yeah, it's the newfangled card version. It's like Uno and Dungeons and Dragons.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so he's around, he's doing his thing. Every now and then I'll get like a weird random email like, hey Aaron, I like what you did with that old zoopity dippity dap card. I'm like, sorry, you got the wrong, and I'll answer back, no, wrong Aaron Forsyth.
And I used to get this when I worked at the bank. I would get emails. They'd be like, hey, Mike, can you approve this budget? And I'd be like, okay.
Right, and you'd be like, that's a weird one. Okay.
Yeah. When I was taking the job seriously, I'd reply back, I think you mean one of the other Mike Andersons. Because then if you look in the corporate email, there's like 9 Mike Andersons. There was even one that had my same middle initial up in Idaho. He was a branch manager or something.
Wow, yeah.
But so it does happen because we have common names.
Yeah. Well, this other Aaron Forsyth, and at first, in the old days when I bought the .com, I got AaronForsyth.com. Thank you, I win. I got the name. Well, the trainer guy, he's kind of fizzled off. He's around. Well, every now and then I get weird little inquiries, and all right, I'm keeping an eye on the guy, on Magic the Gathering guy. Well, my Blue Sky starts blowing up the other day. Now I'm on Blue Sky just for the pod here. I'm on Blue Sky, but it's kind of
too hard, or it'll change colors.
Oh yeah, it's a watering hole for I'm not getting a lot of interaction. That's why I was like, wow, that's kind of weird. My Blue Sky's blowing up. Ding 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 ding.
Oh, getting a lot of like notifications.
Yeah, well, it started with a message, and and one, like on my wall, somebody posted, "Hey Aaron, what the hell's with that So, they tagged me on something. I can't use my phone to really read it back. Basically, they're saying, that design looks exactly like a so-and-so 9 card of a thing, of a thing, of a thing. How dare you try to do that? Mm-hmm. And then I was getting yelled at for this card that looks like another card. And then people start piling on going, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, what's the deal with that, Aaron? And then I'm like, all right, ding, 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 watching this thing ding up. And I'm like, and I was kind of cranky at the time. So I go, hey, fuckwit. I type in, hey, fuckwit, I don't play card games with kids. And left it at that. Walked away, ate my dinner, hung out, watched TV. Next thing you know, I look down, I got 242 messages. And I'm getting attacked. Ding, 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 ding. Inbox, attacked. And hey, they're mocking me, hey, fuckwit. And basically, the guy who sent the original one goes, hey, I'm so sorry. Wrong Aaron Forsyth. And I go, oh, no problem, bro. Why? Who's Aaron Forsyth? He goes, well, this Aaron Forsyth is a top designer and one of the big head honchos over at Magic the Gathering. And he made a card that that got everyone in a kerfluffle.
So he explained it to you.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, bro, sorry, yeah. And he apologized, and I'm like, you're good. Okay, all good. But that was on the inbox. Well, on the outbox, on my wall, I've got the whole nerd fucking convention. I've got Magic the Gathering kids. Ding, ding, hey, fuckwit. Looks like Mr. Aaron Forsyth's cranky today. Wow, he needs a nap. Looks like he needs a da-da-da. Why don't you play in our campaign? And they're all like piling on one by one, And some of them are thinking it's funny. Like, oh my gosh, he's in a bad mood today. So I don't know if they thought I was the real Aaron Forsyth.
Probably.
Some of them thought I was the magic guy, and some of them goes, oh, it's clearly not the right guy. Well, then I go, okay, I could go one of two things. I could go to war with these fucking nerds. But God bless them, they're good kids. They're just playing their card games. So I was like, you know what? I'm not in a bad mood anymore. Smile. Magic the Gathering's cool with me. I just don't play it. You guys are good kids. So here I go. I start putting hearts on things going, hey, sorry about that. Yeah, wrong Aaron Forsyth. Have a good day. Yeah, no. And then one of them was like, you should join our campaign. I don't have time. Thank you, though. And then I start responding nicely. So I could tell the dings are slowing down. And the tide, I'm shifting the tide. Now I'm getting a lot of ha-ha-ha-has and smiley faces and ha-ha-has and hearts for my replies. Because I'm replying to all the ones that were angry. By going, hey, sorry, wrong Aaron Forsyth. Yeah, sorry. And I said something to the one, I got sand on my vagina earlier. Don't worry about it. And they're like, ha, ha, ha. And then people are reposting my interactions of sand on my vagina going, this is the funniest thing I've ever read. So I'm going viral with all these Magic the Gathering heads. But I got to say, if I would have, now I smoothed it over. So if any of you guys are watching now, sorry about that. I didn't. My original thing of calling you guys fuckwits was just me being cranky. But no, it's so. No, this one. No, it's funny how you get. If you were to get 100 comments of people being mean to you, the one that stuck in my craw was some dude goes, "Oh, I looked at his page. He looks like he's a half-wit hack Kevin Smith wannabe. 20 years too late." That's the comment that's been bugging me. And I'm like, I don't want to, you're the Kevin Smith fan, not me. Yeah. But on the other hand, I was just like, 20 years too late? Fuck you. I'll reach to the phone and grab you by the testicles. But everyone else was pretty sweet. That was the only comment that really got under my craw. All the other ones were just like, you're cranky, stop being cranky. Oh my God, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen, So,
but it almost seems like,
and among them, a couple of them were saying "fuckwit" is the funniest word in the world. I don't know because I don't know if it's they thought it was British or something. Fuckwit,
or maybe because they're British, they never heard it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why I said "fuckwit." Hey, fuckwit! I don't play card games with kids, which started it all. But I smoothed it over. Now I had the ire of the Magic the Gathering community up my asshole. They were poised and ready for war. I swear to God, it was like I had I mean, the army was at the edge of the gates.
Lined up
ready
on the
to
field,
unleash the
ready to
Kraken.
attack. Yeah.
But I smoothed it over with diplomacy. I did good. I was like, whew. But boy, I could imagine could you imagine going to war with some weird like Taylor Swifties, or going to war with, I don't know, Philadelphia Eagles fans, or
Right.
some kind of offset that would drive, or even the red hats or whatever. You could piss off a group, and then when they pile on you, it's kind of scary. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
I had half a comic book convention on me.
Yeah.
But they're good kids. And I'm sorry, guys. If any of you guys are watching, sorry. I just, like I said, my initial reaction, I was being snarky, cranky asshole. I had sand in my vagina. But as it unfolded, I turned nice, and I get it. You guys are good. So.
Yeah, and that does seem to be a thing. Like Kreischer was talking about that on one of his podcasts recently, where he talked about, Kevin Smith talked about it for a long time, where people get on with a shitty comment, just being a troll, just being an asshole, just spewing hate and bullshit. And Bert was saying that he has had interactions with those people, and that he decided not to engage with the negative aspect of it, and he would just reply, hey, like people would just say shitty things to him, and he'd be like, hey, I'm sorry you're having a bad day.
Yeah.
You're feeling down.
Smother him with kindness, kind of.
That's what he was doing. And then he was saying that then later he hears back from those people. Sometimes they show up at live events that he does, and they'll say, oh, that was me that said that shitty thing. And they'll actually say to him, yeah, I was in a really dark place at that time. I was really just lashing out at that time, And that is what it is a lot of the time. So, I find it interesting, going through this whole thing, because Kevin Smith was dealing with it for years when he had the too fat to fly thing, and on social media everybody was piling on him, just calling him names and being a dick about things. With Kevin Smith and Bert Kreischer, people just hammer him because they're like crying on podcasts and shit like that. And
it was kind of scary getting attacked like that, because I'm such a local yoko that it's kind of like, I could handle it if it's in my front yard, but when you're talking people on the other side of the globe, globally attacking you, it's like, and then I didn't want to get this Aaron Forsyth guy pissed off, because I thought he was just a famous
like a gamer
player. Yeah, I thought he was like a Twitch guy.
Yeah, Twitch guy, yeah.
But no, he's not. He's a designer. He's like in the fucking... He's one of the head guys over at the Cracker Factory.
Huh.
So
interesting.
I'd love to talk to him, man. Wouldn't he be a fun interview? Oh, I want to meet the other Aaron Forsyth. I wonder if he's got an English accent or not. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, if we could swing it and figure out how to technically
find him,
interview him.
Yeah, like a Zoom.
On a Zoom or something.
Oh, that would be fascinating. Yeah. I wonder if he's gotten things like, hey, were you in that band, or are you that comedian, or were you...
Like if he knows about you?
Yeah, like he has to, because I got the .com and he has the Twitter, and we were both social media. This was even post-Facebook, but pre-Instagram years, so Instagram hadn't hit yet. So he had, you know what I mean? That's when everybody was trying to make their way in the world, social media at first. You know what I mean? Before the floodgates opened.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. It was totally interesting and scary and fascinating at the same time. And maybe we'll learn to play Magic the Gathering. Have you ever played Magic the Gathering?
No, I sort of remember when it came out. Yeah, I think it's like you said. It's like... So it's like when we were growing up, Dungeons and Dragons was the big thing.
Sure.
And you were into it back when we were like, I don't know what.
Yeah, but we were making our
school.
own. You were making worlds and mazes and things. This wasn't cards.
I never really played the Dungeons and Dragons. I honestly, to this day, never played Dungeons and Dragons. Oh. There were a couple of times we meant to, but we never got around to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I did back when I was a young nerd.
Yeah, you did back, like I said, back in like elementary school and shit like that. And I think my brother did. But the whole thing of it was it was a very non-visual game. Right. There was no board, there's no playing pieces. And so for me, that always sort of turned me off from it, because I'm a very visual sort of person. So the fact that there was no board, no
I think it's like an expanded more, like you ever play like with a regular deck of cards. You'd have we'd split the deck, you'd take half the deck, and then we'd just play War. Remember War? Where you'd go... and whoever had the higher card got the card.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. So if I pulled it out and I had this little Dragon Shmoochie board, and my Dragon Shmoochie had armor class and had different things, it would compare to yours and what they would do in a fight. You know what I mean?
I see. Okay.
So it's kind of one of those. I believe I'm probably being really wrong and vague, but I think we're in the ballpark there.
Yeah, like a turn-based card game or something like that. Or...
But then there's a collectible aspect to it too, of course.
Yeah.
A lot and a lot of these cards bring in big bucks.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's been around for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember when it came out. Like, we were in high school and stuff when this came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it was just sort of a nerd thing. And then it caught on. And
yeah.
And there's even here in town, there's I know there's a gamer store.
Oh, yeah.
It actually used to be Markham's Music, where we used to take guitar lessons.
Yeah, Griffin's Lair.
Griffin's Lair, yeah. And I guess they sell these type of board games and that sort of stuff, and they do gaming games over there.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. They have conventions.
Yeah, and that's all great and all, but yeah, it's never been my thing. I tried to do one of these sort of I don't even know what you call them, like RPG games, like role.
Well, that's role playing games. Yeah, RPGs are role playing. I don't think Magic the Gathering is role playing per se. It's more quicker impact, instant gratification.
No, but like the Dungeons and Dragons type.
Oh yeah, that's role playing. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I tried to do something like that with Tommy and Hopkins one night. I got fucking fairly buzzed. And I don't know why, but they made me the leader of the group, and Tommy was being like dungeon master guy. I was so goddamn difficult. Tommy would be like, he was doing like a Star Wars type thing, you know what I mean? Uh-huh. And he's like, okay, so you're on this planet, and you're gonna do this merchant run and deliver these supplies. And I go, can I be delivering refrigerators? And he's like, no. And I go, and he
you're ruining the mood.
I was ruining the whole thing.
We hated people like you.
I didn't know. I've never done it before. I don't know why they put me in charge of the group. Like, it was a mistake. And I had too many barley pops. I was too buzzed.
Yeah.
I frustrated the hell out of.
When I played D&D though, it was way before my early stoning days and stuff like that. Like, because before it was like probably a few years before I met you.
Yeah, it was like elementary school up into maybe 6th grade.
Oh, longer than that. I think up till the summer of 8th grade, I stopped. And going into 9th. When I got to high school, that's when it was kind of like, I think I'm a little old for this. And then I met you guys around that time, you know. So it was kind of like going hand in hand, you know.
Were you still nerdy through middle school?
A little bit. I still hung out with those guys, but we migrated from D&D into just comic books.
Yeah, because when I first met you, I remember who all your friends were from that sort of...
And it's funny, they ended up being musicians too, but they were just more into like Grateful Dead.
Yeah, but they were also, a lot of them were into art stuff as well.
Yeah, they're the artsies.
Yeah.
But they're good eggs. I know. I love my D&D days as a kid because it got me not only visually creating a world, it got my vocabulary through the roof. I could write things that, then I knew like, just everything from law of variables down to just different words that you would never use in a sentence. I was using these words and constructively, making modules and things like that and characters and stories. So I could definitely tell you it really magnified my brain, activated a young brain who didn't have phones and computers and outlets,
Right, yeah.
I mean, my computer at the time was the Commodore 64. I literally made a dice rolling game on the Commodore 64, programmed and...
Yeah, that was one of the things that they would teach us how to do back then.
yeah. That's about it, So, but yeah, Magic the Gathering guys, we'll figure it out someday, but... Oh, and if anyone send an APB out to the other Aaron Forsyth, I'm sorry. If you got anything about me, maybe we'll talk someday. I'd love to meet you.
Yeah, recommend him to watch this episode. Send him a link.
Ooh, yeah, I'd love to meet this cat because it is funny. Like, you always go, hey, people that have your name, like, do we have anything in common with them? It would be a fascinating show. Like, two people that have the same name, like two Jacobheimer Schmidts. One from Germany and one from, Sacramento.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the common thread?
If any.
Yeah, if any.
So hit us up on that. If you know him, put us in front of his face. Maybe he'll watch the episode. Maybe he'll reach out to us and chat with us just for shits and giggles, just for the fun of it. I was messing around with a friend of mine with, one of those type of softwares to sort of do that sort of stuff. You familiar with Discord?
Oh, I've heard of it. I haven't fucked with it though.
I think it comes from like the gamer community sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's sort of a way where you can sort of like virtually have these rooms and people come in and you can chat with them and stuff like that. Because I'm looking for a way to sort of try and do the like a virtual podcasty type situation, you know?
Okay.
Where, because we come together here physically in the studio with hardware, cameras, and lights. And we record it, and then I go and edit it, and then we put it up. But sometimes it would be good to have the ability to do it the way like Carvey and Spade do it, where Carvey's in San Francisco, Spade's in like LA, or probably mostly LA. And so they're doing it via Zoom, FaceTime. I'm not sure how they do it. You know,
I mean, probably Zoom or Riverside or one of those programs, you know.
Right, and they've got a bigger budget to pay for it. You know,
yeah, and they probably do, or they probably might invent their own ISDN line and just kind of, you know.
Yeah, because
they got budget.
It seems like it's lossless, like in real time.
Yes.
There's no delays, there's no buffering issues, that sort of stuff.
Pete and Sebastian are like that. Pete Corrielli and Sebastian Maniscalco have theirs, and there's, you know, and they're in two different sides of the United States.
Yeah.
And it's seamless.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem zoomy. I would only do it if it looked great. I don't want it to look pixelated and zoomy and have buffering and dumb shit. You know, it's cheesy. It's hokey.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they all do that kind of stuff, but anyway.
All right.
Enough about that. Moving on.
New bit. Cue the music. All right, that's my cue to cue the music. All right, I gotta get into costume here for this one. All right, we're gonna.
So we'll roll that music and then we'll bring it down underneath and we'll have it running underneath.
All right. Get my hat on. Oh, maybe I'll use big dumb glasses.
BDGs.
Big dumb glasses. All right, here we go. And the name of the bit, I got a new segment cooking. It's
maybe scoot the hat back a little bit because it's really shading your face.
Make it a shadow.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know if you want to do it prospector style like that.
Yeah, let's do prospector style.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to stay like that.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, I just grabbed the sun hat off a hook in my house.
Yeah, I think my girlfriend has that hat too.
So here we go.
All right.
Going with the music, here's the segment. It's Things You Didn't Know Rednecks Invented.
Things you didn't know were invented by a redneck.
We like the rednecks. Well, sometimes you do, but I love redneck ingenuity. Now, let's just overlook the institutional racism. Let's overlook the Dukes of Hazzard. Let's overlook corn fritters. Don't worry about it. They had some good ideas along the way, and I'm going to give you proof about it. So here we go. So we'll just do a couple each time. So for today's episode, these are two I picked out. See, I got a whole bunch of them here. So I'm going to read a little bit. Guess what? What do you think? Well, let me give you the year, 1815. A New Orleans dentist by the name of Levi Spear Parmley. He recommended that people clean their teeth with silk floss. What do you think it is? Dental floss! Rednecks invented dental floss. New Orleans guy.
A guy named Levi.
Right, Levi Spear Parmley. Let's see, we hope all right, he said that he suggested putting the floss in your pocket so it would pop out of your pocket like a proper dandy. So you could just go like a Jim Dandy, do your thing. That was his idea. And he originally wanted to call it plaque garrote, like a garrote wire.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, imagine if dental floss was called garrote, like a garrote wire, plaque garrote.
Huh.
But plaque garrote doesn't have the ring that dental floss does. I like the floss word. Yeah, plaque garrote.
Yeah, I mean, garrote's a weird word anyway. I mean, my only reference for that was, I believe, like a Dungeons and Dragons type thing, where it's like
a garrote wire to strangle somebody.
strangle somebody.
Yeah.
Now, which, I don't know, maybe the garrote wire was originally for like cutting cheese or something like that?
That's probably where he got it. Yeah, or murdering, but cutting cheese, cutting a limb.
For the murdering, yeah. Of course.
Yeah, because garrote wire was like a guitar string looking thing, metal, and then it had, cut and cheese,
with
believe
like
it had
wooden
two
handles or something. Yeah, it would make sense if you had like a big block of cheese or whatever, and you just pull it through.
But this was a plaque garrote. Did they discover plaque back then in 1815? Was plaque a thing?
Well, I mean, I believe it's always been a thing.
Sure, well, but I mean, just the discovery of it, you know?
What'd you say, 1850s?
1815.
Wow.
In New Orleans.
Because I mean, even up through like the mid to late 1800s, germs were just getting discovered.
That's what I'm saying. So how would they have discovered plaque by then? Well, here's where it got crazy. Let's see. Nothing else interesting happened in the world of that thrilling world of floss until the World War II era, when guess what? Ding, ding, ding. Thank you, New Orleans. A New Orleanian named Charles Bass.
Again?
Yes, another New Orleanian.
Huh.
So the dental floss's roots go back to the old, the old crawdad rednecks.
Huh.
Yeah. And he developed the nylon floss. The nylon was more effective than the silk. And Dr. Bass, a doctor and dean of Tulane, who made the significant contributions to dental hygiene and topical medicine, his innovation and proselytization, few people flossed. But thanks to his hard work, guess what? Roughly, what do you think? Okay, the population of Americans that floss daily now, what do you think the percentage is? You're a flosser, right?
Yeah, probably like 70%.
Down.
Really? Now?
Whoa,
Today?
yeah. Oh, America's not that advanced.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. 70 good. Yeah, you have faith in your fellow American here.
I do.
Yeah, I know. And even with it, now that they have those flossing sticks, which are kind of nice.
The ones where it's got the little Y. And
it's like a little harp.
Yeah. Little harp.
Yeah, those are fun. 49% of Americans now floss daily.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you lazy dingwads. Yeah. So up the ante. There we go. There's invention one. Things you didn't know rednecks invented. Cue the music. All right. There we go. New Orleans. All right. Oh, I got some good ones here for future dates, but there's one more I was gonna stick it in your pipe and smoke it. All right. Let's go again. Things that rednecks invented. Oh, this one kind of makes its own self. What do you think? The Gatling gun.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, yeah. It wouldn't be the South without the guns, but the South does more than hunt animals and Yankees lost on vacation. The firearm, the Gatling gun, an old tiny steampunk-looking weapon that could shred you to bits. Made by, a North Carolinian man. The Gatling was based, Richard Jordan Gatling.
Richard Gatling, yeah.
Yeah. And he witnessed the horrors of the American Civil War. So, let's see, they're not giving me a date on this one, though.
I think they started to get used at the very end of the Civil War, which was 1861
Were they
to
the cranky
1865.
ones where they'd crank the crank and then he'd feed the bullets through?
Yeah, it had a straight magazine that would load 100, 150 bullets.
Yeah.
And it'd load down from the top, and it had 12 barrels that would rotate. Because the problem was, you could have repeaters, right? Because the Winchester 96, I think that was 1896 or something like that. But the barrel would get hot. And so that was the thing in World War I with the machine guns. You had the 30 caliber Browning that had a water jacket on it to keep the barrel cool. So the metal didn't literally start melting because of the heat generated.
And from them shooting over and over.
Explosions and
Wow.
shooting. So the Gatling gun, back in, late 1860s maybe, it was probably invented in 1862. It probably got adapted into the war 1865, the last year of the Civil War.
Yeah.
And then it started to get used out on the plains in the Old West with the cavalry fighting the Native Americans out there in the 1880s and that sort of stuff. So you get your Dances with Wolves and that sort of stuff. That movie, The Last Samurai, with Tom Cruise in it, about the Americans who went over and opened up Japan to trade with the West. they started bringing in the modern firepower.
Really?
The Gatling gun was just decimating people running at him with swords.
Yeah. Can you imagine these guys with the swords? I know. You're like, because a gun and a musket, whatever, lame. But you see how it works. But boy, when you got to the level of the Gatling gun, was I mean, that must have been mind-blowing for somebody, you know?
Yeah, and that's basically the precursor
Just the carnage.
Of the modern Vulcan gun. You seen these Vulcan guns?
Maybe.
They put them on like helicopters and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
The same principle where it's rotating, I think, through 10 barrels. It'll throw out like 1,000 bullets a minute.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
I've seen on TV
overkill.
shows where they've used a Vulcan to like cut down a tree.
Wow.
It just starts just
I
blasting.
never
apart,
had the
shredding it.
fascination with guns, but I am fascinated by just the sheer, like her and I were talking about, like, I'm just fascinated with like, how they, modern whatever, engineering, like when they
Yes.
build a bridge or a skyscraper. But
So
the
there was
Gatling gun, you go, the gun is fascinating how, wow.
I don't deal with guns myself in
I don't
life
either.
because I've got bad luck and
They make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I do find it fascinating, like you say, from like the engineering and technical point
Yes.
of view. And there was a show that was on, I believe, the History Channel many years ago called Tales of the Gun.
Oh yeah?
And so it would talk about all these guns and when they got invented, starting off with blunderbusses, which were like muskets, but
Yeah.
the barrels weren't rifled.
Huh.
Rifling the barrels, putting a little spiral groove in it so that lead ball gets a twist to it. And when it comes out of the barrel with a twist, it fires a lot straighter. So like you think of the old Pilgrims with the blunderbuss where the end was flared out,
Yeah.
that you maybe 30% of the time you hit what you were aiming for.
Yeah.
It was very much like you didn't know where it was going to go.
Yeah.
Then they started rifling the barrel so the projectile had a spin on it, and that spin would keep it more straight on target.
Fascinating.
So that's where you get rifles, because they have the rifling in the barrel. And then it starts off with
Hence the name.
Yeah, then you start off with the early revolvers, where you've got that cylinder that you load the bullets into.
Yeah.
And back in the day, before they had the bullets, you'd have to do it like a musket, which
Yeah.
had a rifled barrel, where you would have to put in, because this is what they do in Colonial Williamsburg and stuff like that. You'd put in a piece of cloth, then you'd put in the projectile, then
Yeah.
you'd put in the powder, then you'd ram it all in. So you individually made a bullet in the chamber, right?
Right.
And then they started putting it all together into a cartridge, where you've got the projectile and then the little casing behind it, and then it's filled with the gunpowder. Then it was like, how do you set it off? And that was a whole thing, whether they had, flint and steel like the old muskets, where you have a piece of rock flint and a piece of steel, and when the rock hits the steel, it creates a spark. Spark falls down into a little pan, and if it doesn't go off, that's where you get the phrase flash in the pan.
Ah.
Because you get the little poof, but it doesn't
Yeah.
shoot the bullet
That's
out.
the flash in the pan.
Right, flash in the pan. And then, so then they started to come up with percussion caps, which is where they had a small charge that would get hit by a pin that was on the hammer of the gun.
Sure.
So that hits the small charge, which lights off the bigger charge. And shoot. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
They had single action revolvers where you had to pull the hammer back each time you wanted to shoot it. So you get this fanning action.
Yeah.
So there's single action shooting societies where they're doing this sort of thing. You cock it, shoot
That's
it, cock
kinda
it,
cool.
shoot it. Then they came out with the automatics, where when you shot it, it would turn the barrel. These are all revolvers. Then they started to get into that 1896 Winchester carbine repeater,
All right.
which you could load a bunch of bullets into this tube underneath the barrel, like 15 of them.
Yeah.
Shoot, cock it, it would eject the old shell, load a new
Oh,
shell
yeah,
in.
we've seen those in the movies.
That's the precursor to the automatic guns. Like, then you get, because you think about the most classic sort of guns, like that Colt 1911.
Yeah.
That's the sort of gun you see everywhere. They used to call them heaters in the 20s
Yeah.
and 30s. 1911. That's from 1911.
Wow, they were thinking of it back
And the
then.
design hasn't really changed. They were like 45 caliber. 45 caliber is almost half an inch. It means that bullet's almost half an inch wide.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating.
That is fascinating. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Then you get into like the Kalashnikov, the M16s, the AR-15s, all these
The
sort of
AR-15.
things.
Yeah, the AR-15 is still pretty much the design that's holding true. I was thinking the other day, do they still make remember in the Uzi in the late 80s, the 90s, everything was an Uzi.
Well, that was an Israeli thing.
You're right. Do they still make those?
Of course.
Yeah.
So you got the Uzi, but then you also had the Mac 10s. The Mac 10s were the little square ones.
Ah, yeah.
The shorter the barrel, the less control you have over where it's going.
Right. So you're just spraying.
Spray and pray.
Yeah. Spray and pray. Right.
Yeah. And so like those Uzis or those Ingram Mac 10s or Mac 11s.
Yeah.
They could dump the whole like 50-shot clip in like 10 seconds, 7 seconds.
Wow. Wow.
You know. But yeah, it was a fascinating show.
For
Tales of the Gun.
For every time you go, redneck ingenuity, you gotta, they build a better mousetrap.
So the thing that's fascinating, when you look at the history of America, the early days of America, we had a lot of land and a lot of resources, but not a lot of people.
Yeah.
So America, since before it was even America, has always been a place that was adopting and inventing tools to try and do things.
Yeah, to kind of terraform, to kind of get through it all.
Yeah. And so that's why, we adopted guns. Everybody had guns because it was helpful in hunting to provide food for the family and that sort of stuff. That's why we were big on think about what do they call them, water mills or whatever.
Yeah.
So the water mill's next to the river. That water mill would drive a stone grinder.
Yeah.
To grind wheat, to grind flour, to grind, all this sort of
tools.
These tools. So America's always been big on adopting and using those.
Yeah, well, and then weaponry, you go weaponry. Well, tools are one thing, let's carve out the land, let's farm the land, let's yield the land. That's a whole nother thing.
Right.
But then the building, but right now we're talking weapons. So weapons in its own right is a whole nother bag of hammers. Literally.
Think about this. It wasn't until Henry Ford started making the
assembly line car?
The assembly lines.
Oh, the assembly line, yeah.
Where the big thing about the assembly line, people go, oh, he invented the assembly line. The biggest thing is the standardization. The parts were the same.
Yes.
Before that, everything was one-off.
Yeah.
So you could get a gunsmith making guns, but if a part broke, you had to go back to that guy to remake that part. You couldn't just get a part somewhere.
And not all you could, exactly. The musket you bought down the road, no two muskets are the same.
No two are the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's the segment, the real quick one. That was a good one. So, things that rednecks invented.
You gotta stick with the glasses.
Oh, big dumb glasses? I like big dumb glasses.
You can probably roll with the big dumb glasses.
I like big dumb glasses.
They're not that dumb.
I know.
Now, do you have lenses in those? Are they actually magnifying anything, or is it just
No,
glass?
these are just straight up. These were just a prototype because, I was hoping when I got these, I was hoping to see this little top part right here.
Yeah.
That dips down. I was hoping that was black.
Right.
I wanted that to be black, and then it would have achieved what I want to achieve. But now it didn't.
It is sort of, they had talking about the Seinfeld. They had a Seinfeld episode where George went in to get new glasses.
Yeah.
Because Kramer's like, oh, go see the optometrist. Mention my name, he'll give you a 30% discount.
Right.
And then George mentions his name, and he doesn't get a discount. And he ends up with these frames that Kramer is convinced are women's frames.
Right, yeah.
What's the difference between women's frames and men's frames?
Generally thickness and just size, but women have been getting oversized glasses more than men, so you can usually tell some of the cat eyes and the rounder ones. I don't know.
But honestly, when you did that with the bar going across up there, if those glasses had that where it was solid across the top, it does look more masculine, like men's glasses.
Yeah.
And when it does have that dip down in between, it does seem more like women's glasses sort of thing. So is it just that little bit of difference?
Right.
I wanted to ask you one time, because you're a talented artist, what makes a face masculine or feminine?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? It's such a fine line.
Yeah.
Sure, there's the hair, There's the eye shape.
Something in the jaw. It's something in the jaw.
There is something in the jaw.
Something in the cheekbones.
There is, but then it's like, you can look at like.
But if you do it in spheres, if you're drawing like, I'll do a sphere and your
Right.
and your 5 hands and the hand, and you were to mathematically do it, a female face is not much different than a male face,
Right.
to a certain degree. Now the finery is when you get later on, you start, and then the lips are more plump on a woman.
Sure.
Yeah.
In the ratio of like the size of the nose and the cheeks and the.
There's no real. I can't really offhand tell you. It's just something you do.
But it really is a fine line.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like sure, you could say it's masculine because the jawline comes down from the ears here to the end of the jawbone.
Right.
So you get the squarish jaw, not necessarily down.
But
here
if you're
at the chin.
drawing a picture, how do you?
Because like a woman's face will go from the ears down towards the point of the chin. Right, so you get like this heart-shaped face, whereas a guy will come down here to these points and then cut in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about like classic sort of like Golden Age Marvel sort of stuff.
Yeah, I don't have a technical answer for you, and there is probably a technical answer, but I don't have it. I just kind of know when I was drawing, I would just go, you just kind of draw a female, you draw a male. I don't know how it just accidentally kind of unfolded. And I've been drawing females and been like, ooh, it looks a little brutish. I might want to.
Because in real life, there's plenty of women that have the masculine features.
Right, but they still appear women. So
and there's plenty of guys
draw that
have feminine
with pencil.
features.
Yeah, it's
a real fine line.
It is a fine line. Yeah, there's something in the cheekbone, the jaw, and then the lip. The lips have a lot to do.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. But once again, I mean, in real life, there's plenty of because you could say, okay, women have fuller lips, right?
Yeah.
So when you're drawing it, like in a sort of cartoon sense or comic booky sense or illustration sense, you'd make them fuller, mostly in the upper lip. I find.
Here's another fascinating. How do you know, like say, look at anime, how simple it is.
Yes.
But you make the same looking face, you could turn them female to male real quick, and you go, huh?
Right, because it's sort of easy if everybody has that sort of heart-shaped face.
Yeah.
Like they do in anime. Then it's real easy to just say male or female based on hairstyle and based on the eyes. If you have the black line, the heavy black line on the top, on the eyelids, then it's representing mascara. It's feminine, right? Or goth kid,
Yeah, I don't have a technically, I don't know the mathematics or the terminology. I just know when I was drawing it, I could do it, but I don't.
Yeah, because you being a talented artist, because I asked you several years ago when I was trying to design some cartoon characters for myself, and I said to you, I asked you, how do you figure out foreshortening, which is if somebody's reaching out towards the camera, like this sort of thing. How do you reconcile that when you're drawing it? And you said, I don't know, I just do it. Yeah,
it just comes out. It's just something you...
Because you have talent.
You can think 2D or 3D in your head. You go... You can almost picture it.
Yeah, it's like your brain works in that way that you can understand it and represent it on the page. Because I've seen you do it with highlights. Back in high school, I came to get you out of art class one day, and you were painting a Coke can. And you're like, I'm like, I got to go out to my car. You want to go with me? And you're like, oh, okay. And then you're like, hey, give me 1 second. And you took some white paint and you went, dab. And it was the perfect highlight on the edge of the rim of the Coke can. You know what I mean?
There we go.
And it was like, because you get that stuff. And I have to like deliberately learn that stuff and have somebody on YouTube say, like...
Or you almost think of it like a paint by numbers, like where they have like sections, like a puzzle, and then I got to fill in the puzzle.
Well, there's that
I think
whole
of it like
thing
layers,
too, Which that was the whole thing. 'Cause I remember Jones was in art class with me, and he was doing the thing where they divided up into grids, and then you just copy the little grid pieces.
Oh,
and it makes the whole picture. And I just didn't want to do any of that stuff, so I was just making like 6-panel cartoons.
Yeah.
I was just doing that sort of stuff. And the teacher was like, "Oh, that's good." Remember, I was making like gross out cartoons and stuff like that.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah, I like the gross out cartoons.
We were doing like I was doing those like the hostess characters, was doing like Twinkie the Kid and the Cupcake Sheriff and the Ho-Ho Bad Guy.
I remember making like clowns and cartoons and stuff. It was like serial killers that we had, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then like serial monsters.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, you were doing
serial killers.
It
was weird.
You were doing the Green Cat.
Yeah, Baxter the Cat, some kind of weird cat thing. Yeah, it's vague in my head, but I do remember doing it.
Yeah, you were doing the Green Cat where you was just like poking into like pages and like randomly like waving at you like some.
Oh yeah, I used to draw those in like I'd get like a textbook from the library and then I just randomly pick a page, and I would draw the Green Cat like in the corner or something.
The Green Cat was kind of disturbing because he had no pupils.
Yeah.
So it was just like thick black eyes, just like white.
It was almost like kind of Hello Kitty-ish kind of in a weird way, but a negative version.
Well, Hello Kitty does don't they do the little black eyes with no white or anything like that? Yeah.
So there we go.
Anyway.
Having fun so far. All right, big dumb glasses. Well, let's see. We did a news thing. The only thing we got left here today before after we're done here, we film another episode. So we got to save our juice here.
Oh, wait. Before we move on to your last segment there, I wanted to ask you real quick. So they started on FX, Alien Earth.
You've been talking. Yeah, you talked about that. I haven't seen it. I watched a trailer, but
you haven't watched it at all.
Not at all. I know nothing.
Okay, all right.
It's Ridley Scott.
Yeah, Ridley Scott's
based on Ridley Scott's work.
Well,
like the interns run with the ball.
Sort of. I think it's his production company has something to do with it. I think he's involved with it or something like that.
All right.
Okay, so you haven't watched any of it?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. There's probably not much that use talking about.
No, I like a good alien thing. I like taking over the modern world with the alien stuff. I'm all on board, but I don't know. The alien Ridley Scott, is it the same alien?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is set, I believe it's set, what did they say it was? Because I looked up, I'm like, when in the alien timeline does this actually fit in?
Yeah.
And I think it's like actually a prequel to the first Alien movie.
Right. Almost like they're developing Hal.
Yes. Well, not
Hal. It had a different name.
Well, it was the Ian Holm character.
Yeah.
It was, what the fuck was his name? Ash?
Something. Yeah.
And then Lance Henriksen was Bishop in the second one.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was Ash in the first one.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Androids.
I don't know what to expect.
Yeah. So,
if it was horrible, I would have heard something, but it seems to be holding tight, right?
Well, they put out the first 2 episodes. I mean, it's like deep sci-fi.
Okay.
It's like deep sci-fi where it's all about, giant corporations. It's all about people trying to use technology to extend their life, which is sort of one of the things in Prometheus that they were dealing with.
Yeah.
And so they're like, the first thing they throw up on the screen is like, there's cyborgs who are humans with, mechanical,
add-ons,
enhancements. Yeah. And then there are, like the, I want to say replicants from like Blade Runner sort of thing, which are like Ash, and so they're synthetic life forms.
Synthetics.
And then they have this new one that they're dealing with, where they call them synths, which is where they're taking the synthetic life form, but they're putting the soul and the memories and the brain of live people into it.
Oh, I see. So it's kind of like, I don't want to say Avatar, but basically putting,
It's like that sort of thing. So
host.
So, that's sort of the
real
thing.
People into the host body, which is a synthetic host body.
Yeah, and it's you got to
cool concept.
Yeah, it's full of concepts. You got to pay attention to what's going on. That's
actually a really cool concept.
Yeah,
that's how one would survive space travel.
Yeah, they got a lot of that stuff going on, and so it's all on Earth sort of thing. So so it's very interesting. But they put the first 2 episodes out. All
right.
So that's sort of interesting.
Alien Earth,
and it's on FX. So it's on the Disney Hulu. So
it would be Disney Hulu FX or
right.
Okay.
At this point.
All right. We'll put it on the queue. I think I have it bookmarked, but I got a lot of bookmarks cooking, so it'll get watched. It's not there yet.
Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that to you. And was there anything else interesting coming down the pike on TV stuff?
What have I been watching? Well, we've been doing the Big Brother runs, so we're doing that. Like tonight's another one. But we also the second season. What was the second? Oh, the Seth Rogen one, Platonic. Oh, you don't have Apple TV. That's fine.
Oh, it's an Apple TV thing?
Yeah. First season was like, all right, Seth Rogen and this British girl, you know her. She's been in some other stuff. I want to say Emily Blunt, but it's not. Maybe it's Emily. But funny. But you ever have a show where it's like, all right, the first season's good. I'm on board. I like this. I like where they're going with this. Then the season 2 comes in and all the characters are developed. It's like, ooh, they fixed it up. They didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, oftentimes
they did it with this one. This one, it's like season 2 is really hitting some home runs. You go, all right, they did it. They just fine-tuned everything.
Oftentimes the first season is finding out what the show is, and then once they figure out what it is, then they really dig.
Like the first season, the meathead husband.
Oh, Rose Byrne.
Yes, she's real good in it.
Oh, I think she's always really
Oh
good.
yeah, she's totally likable. Yeah, she has faults, but she's perfect. And her husband in that one, like first season he's a dumb meathead. Well, this new season they give him a couple extra layers. You know what I mean? They just add to what's there. You know, or the brewery owner friends of Seth Rogen's. You know, but yeah, it's funny. It's funny, but likable characters. It's heartfelt. It has a little of everything in it. So I liked it. I've been enjoying that one. Let's see, what else did I watch? Well, I had to watch the stuff that we've been watching for the pod.
Yeah, the movie stuff. Yeah. We're not going to get into the movies. I've been watching on Netflix that Santa Clarita Diet.
Oh yeah,
with,
you mentioned that.
Drew Barrymore and
yeah,
Timothy
it's a cannibal
Olyphant.
thing.
It is, but it's sort of like fun, lighthearted. It's sort of like nuts and bolts sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so it's like they're dealing with, she's like undead. And she only wants to eat people, so they're trying to, figure out how to, get her food to eat people without getting arrested and ending up in jail. But also at the same time...
Spoiler alert, it's illegal to eat people.
Right. But then they're also sort of bringing in this sort of B-plot storyline of, how did this happen? What is the story here? Like, what's going on?
Right.
And so that's sort of fascinating as well. But just the way it's done, the dialogue, their interaction with each other, how they develop the characters, it's fun. It's fairly dark, but it's fairly fun.
Yeah, dark. Does the girlfriend watch it with you?
No.
She didn't like that one, huh?
No, I asked her to check it out. She said she watched the first episode of it, but she's like, meh.
Meh.
Yeah, she doesn't like anything that I like. She wanted to rewatch for the season 2, and she gets bingy on shows.
Yeah.
She can't be held back. She's like a rabid dog. So we were watching Wednesday.
Oh, okay, Ortega. Yeah, I saw new season's up.
Season 2 came out.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
I had never seen it, so the girlfriend's like, I'll rewatch season 1 with you. So we made it up to episode 6 of 8.
Did you like it?
And then she's like, I'm gonna watch the last 2 episodes of season 1 and then move on to season 2. And I'm like, okay, go ahead. And
So you got to catch up.
I got to catch up. I've got to watch the last 2 episodes of season 1.
You liking Wednesday?
It is. It's interesting. It's well done. I see a lot of parallels to Hogwarts sort of stuff, to Harry Potter stuff.
Really?
Yeah. It's very well done. All the actors are good in it. It feels very teenager-ish.
Kind of geared towards 15-year-old girls.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because they're all at a school called Nevermore.
Yeah.
Which is, it's all sort of they say it's a school for outcasts, and so Wednesday gets paired up with a roommate who's sort of opposite of her. Superficially, because Wednesday's all dark and dour, and so this other one is like, blonde and perky and all that sort of stuff.
Sure.
And so she explains to Wednesday that there's mainly 4 types in the school.
Okay.
You've got the vampires, the werewolves,
of course,
the sirens, who are like mer people, and then just the sort of general outcasts.
And Wednesday's in the outcasts.
Wednesday is one. And so her roommate is actually a werewolf type, but who has never transformed into a werewolf. Because she's sort of resisting it. And so then, it's like they have Parents' Day, and so the parents of the roommate come and they're like, and she's giving her like pamphlets of like, so you're a werewolf, now what? Or,
Right.
you and the moon
Right.
or whatever.
It's kind of fun. I can see writing and being in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you see things that aren't really great, but you go, this must have been a lot of fun to make and write and be in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's all sort of set, like the school's set in like, it seems like almost like a Salem witch trials-y type place, where, the town has this history of like Salem witch trials from back in the day, and it was a Addams family predecessor sort of thing. And so it's got all this sort of stuff going on. Tim Burton directed like most of the episodes of the first season.
So his influence is there?
His influence is definitely there. You got some ongoing mystery sort of stuff.
Okay.
The head of the school is Gwendolyn Christie, who, if you ever watch Game of Thrones, she was Brienne of Tarth.
Oh, okay, we know her.
Yeah. She's great, So the Addams family parents are Catherine Zeta-Jones is Morticia,
Wow, I haven't seen her for a while.
and Luis Guzman is Gomez.
Of course it's Luis Guzman. That guy's got an acting right. If you were to see his IMDb, he's been in everything.
Everything, yeah.
Whew. Yeah.
So it's pretty good. It's pretty interesting. It's a little kiddie-ish. There's a lot of sort of callbacks to Harry Potter type stuff because it's that sort of scenario where
Sure,
it's a boarding
same
school.
scenario.
It's not witches and wizards, but it's like that sort of thing.
Yeah. I get it.
But
I get where they're going
on that sort of take, have you ever come across this series called The Worst Witch?
No.
It was a British series. It was a series of books. J.K. Rowling ripped off most of this Harry Potter shit from this Worst Witch series.
Are you sure?
They made...
You sure it's a ripoff, or is it just like parallel thought? Like it's like kind of writing a vampire movie, you're going to get all the congruent vampire lore.
So I stumbled across this thing. They've made it in series several times. They made it back in the early to mid 80s with... Remember that Rogue One?
Yeah.
Remember the lead actress in Rogue One?
Actress?
Yes.
Vaguely.
Played
yeah,
Jen
dark hair
Erso?
girl, yeah.
Yeah. She was the antagonist in the early 80s version of Worst Witch from England.
Okay.
So I've seen that. It's fascinating. Then they made, a couple of years ago, they made a version of Worst Witch with Bella Ramsey from The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah,
and
Bella
from
Ramsey.
Game of Thrones.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and she was the main character, Mildred Hubble. Now they have a new version that they made just a couple of years ago where they got this red-haired girl being Mildred Hubble. I've seen, bits and pieces of all of them.
Okay.
Once again, it's for like 10 to 13-year-old girls sort of thing, but there's so much stuff that is very like Harry Potter world sort of thing.
I can see it, yeah.
Like,
is it the congruent, is it just parallel thinking? Like, when you get kids in a boarding school and then you add magic powers and and then you get the yin and the yang and then you get the offshoot, you're gonna get that kind of formulaic.
Yes. Yeah, but there is things like, there's a teacher called Professor Hardscrabble, and she's very much like Professor Snape in the Harry Potter series,
Yeah.
It's that sort of archetype, And the head of the school is very much sort of a cross between McGonagall and Dumbledore sort of thing.
Wow.
You
you got some conspicuous.
But she has like an evil twin sister sort of thing, you know what I mean?
So it's a little suspect.
So it's very, so I guess this was all a book series that I believe J.K. Rowling read when she was like a younger teenager. And so it's like when you stumble across it and you first look at it, you're like, oh my God, this is a total ripoff of Harry Potter shit. And then you realize it was actually from before that. And you go, oh, she cribbed a lot of the Harry Potter world sort of shit from this. So sort of interesting. So that's The Worst Witch. That's out there. I think they're on Netflix. They have several of the versions on there.
Wow, I never heard of it. Weird.
Yeah, most people haven't. And when I first stumbled across it, it was very interesting to me. But anyway, so there's that. Oh, and just to wrap the whole thing up. So apparently, HBO is making a Harry Potter series. Have you heard about this?
HBO? Yeah. I did. I saw I saw the kids they were casting and whatnot.
So yeah, apparently they released the casting. I think they just started filming it a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Over at Leavesden Studios in England, which I believe is where they filmed the actual Harry Potter
Right.
series. So hopefully because Warner Brothers owns the whole thing.
Right.
It's been done for several years, but it's a cash cow. So what they're doing is they're going back, and it's going to be an HBO series.
Okay.
Where season 1 is going to be the Philosopher's Stone, or the Sorcerer's Stone here in America. Season 2 is going to be, book 2. So, because the movies, if you read the books and then you watch the movies are just going through and like lightly touching on things and blowing through it. Because there's a lot of details in the books that are left out of the movies completely.
Oh, really?
A lot. So, I think it should be fascinating to be able to go and spend the whole season on one book at a time. And so, I guess 2027, that's due to come out and start.
All right.
So they just started filming it, and then they're going to get done filming it, take a small break, like 2 months off, and then start filming the next episodes. But they're doing a very modern sort of casting to where John Lithgow is going to be Dumbledore.
Of course.
An American as Dumbledore. Severus Snape is some black guy. And I can't say African American because he may be English. I don't know.
Right.
So it's very interesting with the casting. They cast the kids young, so
Sure, so they have room to work.
yeah. And I'm very curious because there's a huge difference in some of the characteristics of the characters from the books to the movies.
Okay.
So anyway, I found all that interesting recently.
Time will tell.
Catching up on that. Yeah. But, them looking at it, Warner Brothers looking at it as a cash cow for the whole Harry Potter franchise, the whole Harry Potter series in general.
Yeah, they want to get the demographic back, but they
want to make it quality.
But they don't want J.K. Rowling's in their grill.
No, she's involved.
Oh, she's involved,
Yep,
huh?
she's involved. She's an executive producer and all that sort of stuff. So, but they definitely want to properly mine all the detail stuff that's in the books. And, get that audience back and get people watching it. In the same way that HBO is trying so hard to get the Game of Thrones shit going. But once again, I think I said it last time, where's the Dunk and Egg series?
Yeah.
That was supposed to be released earlier this year, and it did not get released. So
They blew it.
where's that, Tales of the Hedge Knight?
Oh, they're probably just waiting for Jon Snow. Everyone wants to blow Jon Snow.
Well, so Kit Harington was supposed to be the Black Knight in Marvel, and that was set up in the Eternals. Then Eternals was such a bomb of a movie, they canceled that, so no Black Knight in Marvel. So now all of a sudden,
He's
Kit Harington's
free-floating.
free. So he goes back to HBO and goes, hey, let's do a Jon Snow series. So HBO says, great, people loved you as Jon Snow. So they were in talks for months, most of a year. They could not come up with any good ideas that would be worthy of a Jon Snow series. So finally, it sort of just went nowhere.
Man, you would have thought that wrote itself.
You would have thought, but really when you think about it,
When in doubt, do a prequel.
well, I think they are doing a prequel. They are doing a Long Night series, which was set like 1,000 years before the...
Oh, that, yeah.
Game of
Well,
Thrones
then,
thing.
if that's the case,
I mean,
okay.
that
Yeah,
could be good.
could be
that's
good.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting history stuff going on in there. But even still,
Yeah.
like with House of the Dragon, I mean,
House of
we're in the
Dragon's
middle.
all right.
Yeah, it was coming along good, but we're in the middle of a 2-year gap between productions.
I know, and I feel like they kind of ran out of money and rushed. I don't want to say rushed, but just kind of like, all right, you just left us hanging. What, you're going to come back in 2 years with a time jump, and then we're just supposed to forget what we just watched?
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with it, of trying to crank it out and keep it in production and get it out as quick as possible. That's why they, to a certain degree, you got to hate binging,
Yeah.
because it's like you can spend a year and a half, 2 years making a series, and people could watch it within a day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So nature of the beast.
Nature of the beast.
So anyway.
All right, what do we got here? All right. I got it. Well, normally top 5, bottom 5, we normally do.
All right, you got a T5, B5 list?
Well, it's going to be a top 10 this week because I just had a top 10 list. All right, you ready for this one? This
right.
one, I got visual aids for it because you never know. All right, you ready? You remember the comic books? We all had comic books growing up, right?
I mean,
Well,
I grabbed a few when I was a kid, but I didn't get the point. I got Sergeant Rock and Ghost Rider.
Sergeant Rock and Ghost Rider. Oh,
I did not get comic
which
books.
both aren't too bad, but they're not great.
I could not get into the older stuff. I could not get into... I didn't know anything about Fantastic Four. I didn't know anything about Iron Man.
Yeah, my brother liked the Ghost Rider. I just know they never had any value. Whenever I was collecting comic books, the Ghost Riders were worth shit.
Nothing. Because, there's nothing going on. They just look cool. You know, the flaming skull on the motorcycle looked cool. That's
Sergeant
metal.
Rock was a little better because you had some World War II action in there. But
Yeah, that was the only thing. I was obsessed with World War II as a kid, so, you know.
all right, well, but in the comic books...
But you were way into the comic books.
Oh, sure. But in the comic
The
books...
Marvel stuff. You didn't do DC.
Sure. Well, top 10 things we got. Remember the comic book ads?
Yes.
Which, not to be confused, maybe I got them over there.
But they were the same sort of ads that were in Cracked, Mad Magazine.
Okay. And we had to order them.
Same sort of shit.
Yeah, we're talking the 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
These were the things that we go, I'm going to buy those someday,
Yeah,
and I'm going to get those.
This is the stuff that appeals to 6 to 8 year olds.
Right. And the prices were ridiculous. Okay, so I got the top 10 ones of those. Some of them we got, you could tell me if you got them or didn't get them, because a couple of them I did. Or I had neighborhood kids who go, I ordered it. And a lot of them never came.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a couple kids in the neighborhood that religiously would save their allowances and buy this, send away for it, and it never showed up.
Huh.
Which we'll get to that in a bit. All right, number 10. Now, I don't know if you remember this one. The Charles Atlas Make You a Man kit.
Yep.
You remember the Make You a Man? I got a picture of it. Wait.
I remember this one.
And it came with a funny little comic. Remember the comic there?
Yeah, hold it out as far as you can towards the camera.
I don't know if it'll focus on it or not.
Yeah, so this is always the little cartoon of a guy sitting on the beach with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
A muscle-bound guy comes by and kicks sand in his face.
That's exactly it.
And then
Listen
walks
here.
off with his girlfriend.
I'll smash your face. You're only as skinny as you might. You might dry up and blow away, you. And then he goes, who's that? He's the big bully. I'll get even with him someday. And then the girl says, oh, don't bother, little boy.
He steals the girl.
Yeah. Yeah, so then he gets the Charles Atlas kit, and he starts working out. And then the next frame, they're showing him flexing in the mirror, and he goes, boy, didn't take Charles Atlas long to get these muscles. And then the next frame down here, he's punching the guy out. There we go again. Here's something I owe you. And then the last frame, hero of the beach. Let me prove I can make you a man.
Wow.
So basically, they're saying you could work out and go beat somebody up on the beach, you'll get the chick.
It was a Charles Atlas fitness book. Probably had those springs that you pull apart like this.
Yeah, they don't really tell you what you get. You get like a little kit. You definitely get a trophy. Charles Atlas. It's funny, Charles Atlas isn't even that big either. He'd be kind of weak in nowadays standards.
Yeah. The standards are
Yeah, I mean, any wrestler in WWF would destroy this guy.
I mean, honestly, the physical shape that the Marvel actors get into these days,
oh God,
is crazy.
Yeah,
and the fact that they did it with Kumail Nanjiani,
yeah,
and he'll talk about it.
Yeah, he was a little nerd, and then all of a sudden he's ripped.
Yeah, and then they beefed him up for that Eternals movie as Kango.
I got another one. Oh, all right. Here's one of my buddies ordered, never got it. Number 9, the Build Your Own Apollo Lunar Module Kit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for 10 cents.
Hold it out as far as you can.
10 cents. Lunar Module Kit.
Is this like a model kit?
Well, it was basically cardboard panels. It shows in the picture this thing's like 8 stories high.
Yeah.
But really what you got, apparently rumor had what you got was cardboard panels that had like, and they had like a tinfoil on it, and then had like a little American flag, and then the NASA logo.
Like a little wire frame. And then
Yeah,
you put the
but it
cardboard
basically
panel
made
on.
like a hexagon ball out of yeah, but it never came. Never came. So that was number 8. Oh, speaking of Gatling gun, oh my gosh, what do we got here for number 8? It's kind of like a Gatling gun. We were talking about it. It's the automatic tripod firing machine gun.
What?
from the back of a comic book, you could get a fucking machine gun. Or so it said, the tripod for a machine gun. So if you just happen to have a Gatling...
That actually looks like one of the 30 caliber water-cooled Browning machine guns.
Yeah, if you just happen to have one laying around, you could buy the tripod to put it on. So in case if you want to go snipe your friends for $1.98, I guarantee that never showed up.
Was it like a plastic BB gun or something, or?
It's an automatic firing tripod machine gun. It's magazine fed, swivels in all directions. Look at what you get. Pellets. It was a pellet tripod shooter.
Okay.
And it loaded from the side.
So pellets essentially are BBs.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably like plastic BBs or something.
It has a money-back guarantee. I wonder if anyone ever got that. Lynbrook, New York, 35 Wilbur Street.
Wow.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone ever got those in the mail. All right, here's one. I heard about this. I never wanted to order it because I didn't know what you got. All right, number 8's the tripod machine gun. Oh, number 7, the live miniature dog. Remember the live miniature dog?
No.
Live miniature dog. There it is. It looks like it supposedly fits in a can.
Wow. No.
Yeah. We'll help you get your tiny dog home. And what you had to do, they had like a little maze right there. And if you filled out the maze, they knew you were a good enough homeowner or dog to take care of.
What?
If you filled out this maze properly.
Then you were smart enough and they'd send you a dog?
Yes.
This is insane.
A new live miniature dog.
This is nuts.
And they show him in a can, like a sardine can, and he's like this big. He looks like a little fuzzy little chihuahua. Yeah, I don't know if anyone ever got one.
These products are insane. Who's selling them and to what purpose?
I don't know, but I think it's bullshit. It says...
That's what I'm saying. It is bullshit, but who is selling it?
Well, Dean Studios. Department X 622, West 7th Street, Des Moines, Iowa. I'd like to go there. I wonder if we should Google that.
Wow.
West 7th Street, 211 West 7th Street, Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah, if anybody can research any of this and send us
we
like
should
any
Google
information.
search. We should Google search the addresses.
Email us at thedukecast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you ever got one of these. Here's the funny thing, too. 1 in 10 people, if you get this and you fill out this down here, you're entered into a drawing to win a miniature monkey.
What?
They said you could be a teacup monkey. Look at this picture. Join the fun. You could win. Try your skill.
It makes no sense.
At the same place, Dean Studios, West 7th.
I mean, if these were like stuffed animals, fine.
Yeah, but they're claiming that's a new, real, live miniature monkey.
Look at such a baby rhesus monkey. This is insanity.
Yeah. Did anybody win these things? Or did anybody get these? I mean, how many people sent their money to Des Moines, Iowa? Sent their hard-earned lunch money there and never got it. That's so weird. It's such a scam.
Yeah, who is selling the stuff? What are they actually selling and why? Makes no sense.
All right, well, let's go number 6, the Grow Taller kit. Look at that. It's a kit, and you could grow taller.
Once
You don't remember that?
I kind of do remember that, but it's such garbage.
I know, $7.98. So you could get a live monkey for $1.98. You could grow taller for $7.98. Now, in those days, $7.98 is a lot of money. That'd be like sending like $40 through mail.
It's so stupid. It's like these are gag ads.
Yeah, it's almost like something you would see in Cracked or Mad Magazine as a joke.
Grow taller kit. How? What is it? Like
a
medieval rack? Like to,
Let's see, now for the
separate
first
your
time, new
spine?
heights, couple, Act now, if you're worried about being short, here's the top.
Now, the thing is, there's no point even reading it because it has no actual information. It's just insanity.
Yeah, it just says, it's just a bunch of testimonials. Height guaranteed, weight guaranteed, height. Grow, man, grow, be taller. It looks like a chin-up bar that you're supposed to hang from. So it's a bar you hold on to, and gravity's going to make you grow stronger, longer.
Wow.
Yeah, they weren't really
That
thinking their
is-
mathematics on. I know, what a scam. All right, number 5, and here was one. A friend of mine was trying to get this. He was saving his money. I never knew if he ordered it or not. My friend Kyle was trying to get this. Oh boy, this one, the Polaris nuclear sub kit.
Oh, wow.
The Polaris nuclear sub kit for over 7 feet long, big enough for 2 kids, $6.98. 7 feet long, seats 2 kids, controls that work, rockets that fire, a real active periscope, firing torpedoes, will float, electronically lit instrument panel. You can't tell me that. I mean, were 2 kids going to get in that and actually get out on the lake and drown, or what? It's got to be inflatable.
It's just, I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Were these in the days where you were allowed to scam people over the mail? I don't know.
It's got to be.
Were there laws against this shit?
I mean, it's got to be essentially mail fraud.
You're right. It's total mail fraud.
God.
I know. It's astounding. Wait, here. We got a couple more. We're going down here. Number 4. All right. Izzy. Oh, you got to remember these ones. Now, this ad, 200 World War II soldiers.
Okay, those are just little plastic soldiers.
Yeah, those were just the Green Army men.
Green Army men, yeah.
$1.98 for 200. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I used to like the Green Army. I used to like the one with the phone and the backpack on.
Yeah.
You know, the communication guy was always cool. But yeah, the Green Army men. You remember? I used to have tons of Army men.
Yeah.
Yeah, Army. Remember setting up Army men all along your back wall?
Yeah.
Oh, Army men were fun. All right. Oh, number 3 is the Hypno coin. Whirling, swirling Hypno coin.
Wow.
Which is basically, I think it was just like a cardboard or wooden, like a wooden nickel with a swirly thing on it.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to spin it in your hands and hypnotize people, which didn't work. Fascinating. 99 cents, guaranteed to work. See, when they say guaranteed to work, how do you get away with that? You can't do that. All right, here's the one we know. Of course, we got a pair over there. The amazing X-ray spectacles.
X-ray specs.
All right, we got a pair over there. I can't reach them. We've got them. We've seen them in previous episodes. Go look at the old Vault episode.
Is this number 4?
Huh?
Is this number 4?
No. Well, 4 was the World War II soldiers. The Hypnocoin was 3. Number 2 was X-ray specs.
Okay.
And last but not least, we know them. We love them. The brine shrimp sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys. Yeah, got to be the sea monkeys.
We tried the sea monkey. We got the sea monkeys. I got sea monkeys. They're brine shrimp.
Yeah, the brine shrimp.
They grew though. They're alive.
Oh, sure, the brine shrimp.
Yeah, they kind of, and they float, but they didn't look like the picture.
Hell no.
You see, look at this. They got the mother and the kid, and they're all smiling, and they're all, oh yeah. They got a little castle, and there's the dad, and the
Man, yeah.
false advertising.
It's all crazy false advertising. It's all nuttiness.
You almost got to wonder if in the early days did they put them in the comic books because they knew the parents weren't going to read the comic books.
It's got to be.
You know, like those are for children.
Yeah, but I mean, even still, 50 cents back then was a lot of money for you.
Yeah. When you're talking, in the 60s, you know.
Yeah, if you're like a 6-year-old, like you got to lose a couple teeth to get that kind of money.
Nuclear sub. They're selling nuclear subs.
It's like $8.
I can't believe they're selling full-on pellet gun, revolving Gatling on a tripod.
That makes no sense.
I mean, did anyone get these? If they showed up in your, could you imagine? You know, I can't even. If they even showed up. Now, there's no way the live monkey in a teacup's going to show up, or the little miniature dog in a sardine can. All right. Mike's astounded.
I'm just stunned with it. I mean, those sort of things in the comic books were the sort of things that made me be like, these are for idiots. This is like scam stuff. Like, what's next? A subscription to Grit magazine?
Yeah, I remember reading them and just thinking like, I thought they're funny. You know, the Army Men was and the Sea Monkeys and the X-Ray Vision ones were the 3 that I kind of fell for. Army men, of course. But I mean, yeah, the nuclear subs and shit like that. No, come on.
But the Army men, you're getting little green plastic Army men. Right?
Yeah.
You're getting a thing.
But I didn't have to order them out of the comic book. You can go to any toy store at the time and just buy a box of Army men.
Like get a bucket of them.
Yeah, bucket. Yeah, they came in a bucket. There's literally a bucket of Army men.
Yeah.
Which is fun. Do they still make Army men?
'Cause I remember getting, we found HO scale Army men.
Oh.
Which are little tiny ones. And they had little green ones that they were Americans, and then they had dark blue ones, which were Germans.
Wow.
That was fun. And then there were sort of like maroonish red ones that were Japanese.
Wow. Wow.
And then
were they the same molds, just different colors?
No, they were different molds.
Oh, really? So the Japanese ones look like Japanese fighters?
Yep, and they would have...
They had like the Japanese helmets, the World War II helmet?
Yeah, they would have the Arakawa 98 bolt-action rifles with bayonets and shit like that. And the Germans had the MP40s or the MG42s or stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, but yeah. Wow.
Well, let's go. We got another episode of the film. We got to go, guys. It's a Shlicketty cast.
All right, that's episode 67.
All right, we're rocking them up. We'll see you later, guys. See you next week, kids.